may I please call the room to attention and ask you, please kindly, to be upstanding whilst we perform the national anthem. My name is Amanda Blair and I'm your MC tonight, and it gives me great pleasure to be here at the Australian Training Awards. 25 years these awards have been taking place and they really are magnificent.
Australians, oh let us rejoice, for we are young and free. We've golden soil, wealth for toil, our home is girt by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts of beauty, rich and rare. In history's page, let every stage advance Australia fair. In joyful strains and let us sing, advance Australia fair.
Thank you, Zoni. Zoni and her band, they have been put together from TAFE, Queensland South Bank campus. So well done. It's wonderful to have Queenslanders here, of course, performing tonight. You can forget about schoolies, everyone. Here's where the action is in Queensland. It really is. What a magnificent night we have ahead of us. Before we go any further, however, I would like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of this land on which we meet and pay my respects to elders, both past and present, and to extend that respect to other Aboriginal people in the room with us this evening. And to perform a welcome to country, we have my new best friend who I've met tonight. He's a wonderful man. His name is Stephen Senior. He is a local Yugara elder. Can you please welcome him to the stage?
Hi everybody, my name's Stephen Coggle Senior. I'm part of the Yugara speaking group from South East Queensland here, and you know, this area that we're meeting on is a pretty significant place for our people over the years, and it was a I'm looking at the wrong notes there. Sorry. And I'm a graduate of the VET system also. So yeah, the VET system opened so many doors for me. You know, it's still opening doors, and I don't even know those doors exist until I get to them. But it has. It's honestly, it was a post back in the 1990s, a place called Kangaroo Point College of TAFE, run by our old mate Noel Finch, and he helped us, a lot of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people, achieve awards through that VET system, where people have gone on to bigger and better things. I've met a few guys here that I've known back in the day, and you know, it's so great, and it's a wonderful network, a wonderful cohort. We always try to keep in touch, even with the lecturers that we had in those days. I got into different industries. One of the first ones I left, I got into after graduating. It was called Centrelink, but it was Social Security back then. And you know, that really opened my eyes up to how administration works, because I had that. I graduated with administration things, but you know, I just can't say enough about the VET system. I'm a graduate, I'm a proponent, and a lot of my family went through the whole processes as well. I now have a background in mining through being a graduate through the VET system, you know, working with Indigenous groups in all parts of the country, Northern Territory, Queensland, New South Wales, and you know, getting up to speed with project development, working with native title, cultural heritage, and you know, employment training. I'd like to just thank these guys here for asking me to come along this afternoon, and I was laying on my couch this afternoon when I got a phone call and said, "What are you doing tonight?" So I had to get up and shave and stuff. But anyway, thanks for inviting me along, and welcome to country. And it looks like it's going to be a great night. Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming. I really do appreciate that. State and federal ministers, government officials, apprentices, trainees, teachers, employers, training providers and friends, welcome to this magnificent night, the Australian Training Awards. I think I've said, you can sit down actually, thank you. You're so obedient, I love it. I can't remember if I said what my name was, but my name's Amanda Blair and I am your host tonight. I'm here from South Australia. Gives me great pleasure to be here. We've got quite a few South Australians being represented tonight, which is excellent. Well done. Can I ask you now, please, to reach down and turn your phones to silent? Don't turn them off, however, because we would like to get the word out about tonight and about our trainees on social media. Hashtag real skills for real careers is our hashtag at Australian Training Awards. And can you use the hashtag 2019 ATAs as well? Thank you. The stories that we will hear tonight are quite remarkable. Yesterday, I was fortunate to spend some time with the alumni, and I heard many of them share their personal journeys through the VET pathway. This sector, as you know, is inspiring. Each and every one of our nominees tonight has their own individual and unique story, and I, for one, am looking forward to hearing them as we read out our winners tonight. Of course, this sector can only get the recognition that it so justly deserves if we all talk about our experiences, if we share our experiences as far and wide as we possibly can. And that's why we're urging you, please, to put the word out on social media about tonight and about our nominees and finalists. To meet our finalists, we are about to play you a video presentation, and I would like some parochial cheer, please, when your state representatives come up on the screen. Without further ado, here are your finalists. some could say the prees have really kicked in already, which is awesome. Can we please welcome up to the stage the Queensland Minister for Employment and Small Business and Minister for Training and Skills Development, the Honourable Shannon Fentiman, to provide a welcome to Brisbane address.
Well, thank you so much, and welcome to Brisbane, welcome to Queensland. Can I start by acknowledging the traditional owners of the land on which we meet tonight, the Turrbal and Yagara people, and pay my respects to elders past, present and emerging. And a big thank you for Uncle Stephen for stepping in at the last minute. It's always wonderful to hear the stories of a proud VET graduate. Can I also acknowledge the Federal Minister for Employment, Skills, Small and Family Business, Senator Michaelia Cash. I also have one of my state colleagues here tonight, Minister Di Farmer, who is the Minister for Child Safety, Youth and Women and the Minister for the Prevention of Domestic and Family Violence. Can I also acknowledge all of the state and territory skills and training ministers who are here with us tonight. Amanda Blair, who's doing a wonderful job as our MC. Most importantly, our award nominees from across the country and their family and friends who have come along to cheer them on tonight. Well, we kicked off the night in a spectacular way. A big thank you to Oni from TAFE Queensland for her wonderful rendition of the anthem, and of course Uncle Stephen with his welcome to country. Before I get into the official welcome tonight, as many of you flew in to Brisbane today, you would have noticed the smoke surrounding the city. Queensland, like much of the country, has been facing some pretty catastrophic fires in the last few weeks. And I think as we gather here tonight, it's important to think about those families and communities who are doing it tough. And of course, our fireys and our emergency service workers and all of the wonderful volunteers who are out there working hard to keep our communities safe. Well, our finalists here tonight really are the best of the best, with over 2,000 nominations for these awards. Whether you're an apprentice, a trainee, an employer or a training organisation, each and every one of you should be incredibly proud of your achievement. Many of you have come a long way to be here tonight, from a remote farming community in South Australia, Stuart in the red centre of Alice Springs, the Western Australian outback, and Lonnie in Tasmania. And as we all come together to focus on the transformative power of vocational education, please indulge me for a moment as I proudly display my maroon colours and celebrate the achievements of some of our Queensland finalists, and in particular, our trainee of the year, Aman Melez. He is an example. He's got a strong support crowd here tonight of someone who has overcome so much in life to achieve a community services traineeship. And of course, our apprentice of the year, Ellie Farrington, who is not only breaking down barriers as a young woman carpentry apprentice, but she's such a fantastic role model and mentor to other young apprentices coming through. In Queensland last year, we saw close to 900,000 Queenslanders enrolled in a vocational qualification, as far north as the Torres Strait to Coolangatta on the Gold Coast and as far west as Mount Isa. And like governments across the country, Queensland absolutely understands the transformative power of vocational education and training, and how vital training and upskilling is in ensuring Queenslanders have the skills they need for the jobs of the future. And that's why the Queensland Government has introduced life-changing initiatives such as free TAFE for Year 12 graduates, free apprenticeships and traineeships for under 21s. And of course, we hope to see 60,000 young Queenslanders take up a trade in a high priority industry as a result of these initiatives. But we all know more can be done, and that's why I'm really excited to be hosting the Federal Minister and my state and territory colleagues here for our COAG Skills Ministers meeting. We are coming together to build a strong system that will continue to make sure we have the skilled workforce we need into the future. All of us in this room know that vocational education and training leads to successful and rewarding careers, and it's through nights like tonight where we can shine a spotlight on these wonderful stories and come together to recognise and celebrate the achievements of so many in our industry. So again, I want to thank the sponsors for tonight. Good luck to all of our finalists. This will be a night to remember. Please enjoy the night and welcome to Queensland, where it is beautiful one day and perfect the next.
Thank you, Minister. Minister will be up on the stage with us a little bit later on, handing out some awards. Let's now also have a very, very warm welcome indeed for Senator the Honourable Michaelia Cash, Australian Government Minister for Employment, Skills, Small and Family Business. Please welcome her to the stage.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, good evening, and I have to say it is just an absolute delight to join you all here for what really is the night of nights for vocational education and training in Australia. I've told my team we are in for a big night if last year is anything to go by. Can I commence by acknowledging my parliamentary colleagues, my ministerial colleagues who are joining us here tonight. In particular, can I thank Minister Shannon Fentiman for hosting us all here in the great state of Queensland. That's coming from a minister from the great state of Western Australia, Shannon. Little bit of state rivalry, ladies and gentlemen, never goes astray. But can I also acknowledge your words, Shannon, in terms of those people who really are doing it tough. Many of us have flown in, we have seen the bushfires in several of our states, and we acknowledge that this is a point in time for Australians to come together. Ladies and gentlemen, can I also acknowledge my other ministerial colleagues who are with us tonight? Our Victorian Minister, the Honourable Gail Tierney. Gail, I'm sure there's Victorians who will come up and say hello to you tonight. My South Australian counterpart in the Honourable David Pisoni. David, great to have you here. My counterpart from Tasmania, the Honourable Jeremy Rockcliffe. Jeremy, fabulous to have you here. The Honourable Nagaria Kit from the Northern Territory, who is of course representing the Honourable Selena Wobo, who sends her apologies. And also he will be joining us later on this evening, and that is the Assistant Minister, Steve Irons. But ladies and gentlemen, you might think it's all about us as politicians tonight, given we're hogging the stage at the moment, but of course it's not. Tonight we are here to celebrate all of our fabulous finalists. You are well and truly extraordinary Australians, you are extraordinary, and what we are celebrating tonight is the extraordinary achievements of each and every one of you. What I'd like to do is to ask all of our nominees to stand so we can formally see where you are and properly recognise you. So all of our nominees for tonight, please stand. Ladies and gentlemen, standing before you are the very best of our VET representatives in Australia, and how proud are we of every single one of them. You well and truly are the exemplars within our community, and we're all just so proud of the role models that each and every one of you are, but also how you showcase the very best of vocational education and training in Australia. Tonight, of course, we celebrate 25 years of these awards, and they really are, as I look around this room, they really are the awards that have shone the light on just how great vocational education and training is in our fantastic country. For those of you whom we are celebrating tonight, you are in great company. 320 winners have been recognised over the years of these awards, and ladies and gentlemen, tonight we will recognise the achievements of another 18 winners. As Minister Fentiman has said, we have some outstanding individuals across Australia who are competing to be our finalists and overall winners tonight. I too am going to give a big shout out. I may be a federal minister, but I am from the great state of Western Australia. And last year, Western Australia, you took out 6 of the 18 awards. So the gauntlet has been thrown down there today, and a little bit of healthy state-to-state rivalry never goes astray in our great federation. But can I also say to all of the training providers, the educators and the businesses and the hundreds of thousands of students who participate in our vocational education and training system, thank you. Thank you for everything that you do to ensure that we are, as a nation, responding to what our industries and employers are telling us they need. And that is, of course, employees with the right skill sets for those businesses. Can I also thank all of the nominees tonight, because you really do highlight what can be achieved through vocational education and training. And I love the fact tonight that Uncle Stephen, although you stepped in at the last minute, ladies and gentlemen, what a great welcome to country for someone to acknowledge the doors that vocational education and training have opened for Uncle Stephen all of those years ago. And I just thought those words to really set us up for what is going to be an absolutely fantastic evening. Can I also give a big shout out to our VET alumni who are in the room tonight. Each finalist tonight has been asked to join our VET alumni to share their story and to inspire others who are thinking of pursuing a VET career. Tonight I have the pleasure on my table to be seated with 2 of our VET alumni, Lewis Brown, and Lewis is of course the 2018 Victorian Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander Student of the Year, and Lewis is currently supporting Indigenous people in the criminal justice system in Victoria, and who has joined us this year to mentor other students. So Lewis, fabulous to have you here tonight. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, I'm absolutely delighted to be seated next to tonight Michael Edwards, whom, for those of you who were with us last year, the 2018 Apprentice of the Year. What I have loved about Michael's story, and I continue to tell people, is that Michael decided, as you know, to change his career after 15 years as a mechanic and is now an electrician, and that is no small feat for a father of 3. Michael, you are a fabulous role model for all of us. Can I also, though, give a quick shout out to the myskills.gov.au website. And the reason I want to do this is we are making it even easier for people around Australia to log on and to engage with our fabulous VET alumni. What you can do, though, literally for anybody in the room, is log on to this website, have a look at the type of alumni you want to speak to, and literally now we're going to enable you to request our fantastic alumni to attend events that you can host to showcase VET throughout Australia. But this is how great it's going to be. We're going to make VET accessible to everybody in Australia and really highlight just what you can achieve. As I look around this room, and I was so humbled to walk in tonight to meet great Australians from across our great nation doing absolutely fantastic things. Can I thank each and every one of you on behalf of all of my ministers who join us here tonight for everything you have done, for everything you do, but more than that, as we all work together, everything you will do to celebrate vocational education and training in Australia. Please enjoy tonight's awards.